Have you ever wanted to take waterfall photos with beautiful, silky, smooth flowing water, but you just don't know how? Well, I'm here to tell you it's easy. All you need is three things. Number one, a camera that can do long exposures. Number two, a tripod to hold that camera steady during those long exposures. And number three, a variable neutral density filter to help control the light during those long exposures. Now, since you're watching this video, you've probably already got the camera, and if you're serious about your photography, there's a decent chance you've already got a tripod too. But you may not have the third tool, a neutral density filter. I got mine from Kentfaith, first choice for photo and video products. Kentfaith is also known as K&F Concept. They didn't pay me for this video, but they did send me this filter for free, and it is a beauty. Like any neutral density filter, it reduces the amount of light reaching your sensor or your film, and that can be super helpful, especially on bright days. This particular filter is part of their Nano X series. It's made out of top quality Japanese optical glass. Both sides have a 28-layer nano coating that doesn't affect color rendition, so you don't get any yellowing, and it's variable from ND2 all the way to ND32 just by twisting the front element. It's stepless, so you're not just locked into ND2, 4, 8, 16, or 32. You can do anything in between. And there's no black cross shadow. If you want to pick up one of these photos for yourself, I've got a discount code that'll save you 10% a little later in this video. Okay, so if you got your camera, you've got your tripod, you've got your filter, now you just need to find a waterfall. This was a little bit of a challenge for me. Where I live in Ohio, it's been pretty dry recently. I drove to 8 different waterfalls within an hour and 15 minutes of my house, and only 2 of them had a little bit more than just a trickle of water. So to get that silky, smooth, flowing water effect, you need to take long exposures. Now, there's not just one magic shutter speed that's going to work in every situation. It's going to depend on the lighting situation that day. It's going to depend on how strong the flow of water is. There are 3 things you can do to help guarantee you get those long exposure times you need. Number one, choose a small aperture. You want a higher number f-stop like f18 or f22. That's going to let less light in, so your shutter will have to stay open longer to get a proper exposure. Number 2, you can set a lower ISO. So if you're shooting film, just choose a lower ISO speed film like ISO 50 or 100, or if you're shooting digital, just take your digital camera off of auto ISO and manually set it to ISO 100 or a lower number like that. That is going to make your sensor less sensitive to light, so again, your shutter will have to stay open a little bit longer to compensate and get you that proper exposure. The relationship between ISO, shutter speed, and aperture is known as the exposure triangle, and if you want to know more about that, I've got an exposure triangle video by my buddy Jim linked in the description. Now, if you've chosen a lower ISO and a smaller aperture and your shutter speeds are still too short to get you the flowing effects that you want, then the third thing you can do is use this neutral density filter to cut out more light, especially helpful again on very bright days. I took both a digital and a film camera into the field with me. I recommend you start with the digital camera first. That way you can experiment with different settings on the filter, different shutter speeds, and get the effect or the combo that you like the best for that certain effect. Once you get that dialed in, then you can apply similar settings to your film camera, although sometimes film cameras can benefit from a little longer shutter speed. The flow of water here at Honey Run Falls is pretty weak, so I found I needed exposure times between 15 and 30 seconds to get the effect I wanted. The water is flowing a lot stronger here at Mission Oaks Garden, so just 2 or 3 seconds was enough. Again, I recommend starting with the digital camera. You can look at the screen and get that instant feedback and start making adjustments and experiment and just try different settings until you find out exactly what you like. Bring your tripod, bring your filter, and just have some fun with it. You can also use this filter to take portraits like these, even on bright sunny days, but that's another story for another video. If you want to get your hands on one of these filters, which come in all different sizes for all different lenses, click on the link in the description. And if you order before December 31st, 2023, I'll save you 10% with my coupon code, which is The Old Camera Guy. All one word, all lowercase. And if you need any other filters, tripods, backpacks, you'll get 10% off all that stuff too. So again, just enter The Old Camera Guy for your discount code at checkout. Big thanks to Kentfaith K&F Concept for sending me this filter, and a big thanks to you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.